Hey, it's Greg here with MaritimeGardening.com. I haven't done a gear video in a little while, so I thought I'd do a video on long-handled tools for weeding. And I got an assortment here, and I thought I'd just talk through the various merits of each. I don't think you need all of these, but you know, I'm 54, so you accumulate things over time. I've got a number of options here, so I thought I'd show you the sort of strengths and pros and cons of each if you're considering buying a new tool, or if you don't like what you've got or whatever. I got a 2,500 square foot garden here. I do my best to keep everything mulched to mitigate the need to weed, but weeding is always a thing, right? Weed seeds fall out of the sky and they're everywhere, and if you've got fertile soil, everything's going to grow in it, including weeds, so I have weeding to do all the time. So let me just show you here some of these different options. Okay, so some of these things are kind of traditional, and some of them are things you might not have thought about. And I also don't know what everything's called. I'll just show you what it looks like. Maybe I'll paste in, you know, some text to say what the actual name of the tool. I usually focus on function, not what things are called, and I'm terrible with remembering things like that. So anyway, the first is this Dutch hoe. That's what this is. I do know what this is called. I mean, a hoe has got a longer, traditional hoe, this piece here is going to be all the way up. With the Dutch hoe, you've got this space. And that way when you weed, the hoe goes underneath the weed and the weed sort of pops out through the hole. I'll do some video of how each of these works as we go along, okay? So this is a Dutch hoe. You have to keep this sharpened for it to work effectively. You just need a heavy-duty file, and you just put an edge on it. If you're using it and you're finding it's not cutting through stuff, just resharpen it. Doesn't have to be razor sharp, but reasonably sharp makes a big difference in how it functions. The less sharp it is, the harder you have to work to use it. So if you like things being easy, take 1 minute to sharpen that, right? Makes a big difference. So Dutch hoe, I really like this, and I prepare a lot of my beds with it, okay? Sometimes the weeds get a bit too big, and this is good for normal weeds, okay? I'll show you what I'm talking about when I'm done this little quick talk, okay? Dutch hoe. Another one is this. I think this is for like dealing with manure. It's kind of like a tiny rake or whatever. I can't remember what this is called. Anyway, this is really good for big weeds. It picks up, you know, it's basically like a claw, and it just picks up the whole thing, roots and all. So it's very good for getting roots out when you're trying to remove rhizomes. You know, some weeds have, you know, massive systems of roots, and if you don't get all of them out, they're just going to come back. And sometimes you can't get them all out. You can just get like 90% of them out. Even that makes a difference. It'll get you over for a season, right? So I find this is a new tool. I just bought it this year, and I'm really liking it, okay? It's not good for everything. It's got its place, okay? But I do like it. This tool here, I call this a mini pickaxe. You can get these I got this at an Army Navy surplus store. I got a video on how I put a longer handle on it. All right, this came with a really short handle, and I think it's a pickaxe for like digging foxholes and stuff like that. But it's useless with a short handle, so I put this, I don't know, a 3-foot handle on it, right? I could even go longer. 4 feet would mean the longer the handle, the less bending over you have to do, right? For any big weed, you know, you got a big burdock or massive dandelion, you know, they can get, you know, a foot in diameter, huge root system. There's one right over there, I can see it. This can get underneath it and haul it right out, right? For massive weeds, this is great. And it doesn't take as much energy to use as a full-size pickaxe. So I would say this is about a third or a quarter the weight of a full-size pickaxe. It's not like a full-size pickaxe. I used to use them all the time when I was like 20, 30, early 40s, but something happened. I exercise regularly and stuff like that, but something happened in my 50s. I just don't like heavy things as much. I like these sort of lighter things. And you know, even if you're in your prime, why make anything harder than it needs to be, right? So this sort of small, light duty, maybe might be a 1 pound head. I'm not even sure. I'd be surprised if this is over a pound head, okay? But it still functions like a pickaxe, and for most of the things you use a pickaxe for, this is going to be fine. It's just not good for heavy duty stuff. But it's great for weeds. Now I'm going to show you an interesting twist on traditional tools. Okay, so this is a traditional gardening shovel, right? Round nose spade shovel, right? At garden stores, sometimes you can find these. Right? This is a full-length shovel, but look at the difference in the size of head. Much smaller head, right? I'd say half or maybe even a third the head. Okay, it's strong and it's solid. It's not some flimsy little Mickey Mouse piece of junk, right? So it'll last. I actually bought this for digging clams. Dig clams to use for bait, for catching fish and stuff, right? But I found it fantastic for dealing with weeds in the garden, right? Because it's not as hard to use as this, and it's easy because it's smaller and nice and pointy, right? And just narrower. It goes in really easy. The only thing, the complaint I have is that the handle isn't as long as I like. I like a handle to be 5 feet, even 6 feet long. Tall guy, 6'4". That's easily remedied, right? But you know, think about using those little hand trowel. You're down on your hands and knees and you're doing this and the flies are eating you alive, right? When you can use something like this, standing, right? With a slightly athletic stance, right? You can take care of any sort of, I mean, this kind of deals with everything. You can deal with small weeds or big weeds. So this is a great weeding tool, I have to say. And, you know, if you need to dig a hole, it's a versatile tool, but fantastically good at weeds. So I really like this. And finally, we've got this design of rake, right? So most of you probably have a rake like this. That's a sort of traditional rake design. I think it takes less metal to make one of these. Okay, so this one here, they probably cost more, right? Because you've got just this metal collar, and it's just welded on right here. Okay, so this is a rake, so it can rake, but also you can turn it on its side, and because there isn't a wire going across here, you can use it like a pick. I wouldn't do anything too heavy with it. I'm sure this weld is not invincible. I'm certain that's a weld and not drop forged, right? But you know, you can pick a little with that, and you can just use the corner of the rake to grab the weed and flick it out, right? So it sort of works like a combination of this and this, right? Where the side is the hoe, and then the tines, you can hook the weed and get it out with all the roots and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, if you were just going to have, by buying a tool, if you don't have an enormous garden like me, and you just want to have one tool, something like this would be kind of useful because you've got a pick, but you've also got a rake, right? And you can use this for preparing your soil and stuff. Okay, enough talking. Let me show you how this stuff works. Let me show you these tools in action. All right, let's start with the Dutch hoe. Okay, so where I find this really comes into its own is when you've got lots of little weeds like this, and you just get it in the soil and you run it through like that, and it goes underneath the weed, right? And you can just pick them up like that, and you put them in your compost, right? So it might be cutting the roots a bit, right? That's always possible, but generally speaking, you're getting underneath. You're getting underneath the weed, and you're pulling it out, roots and all. Then with your hands, you know, you got to scrunch down and deal with it. So that's what the value of this is. You can do a lot of, right? You can cover a lot of territory really quick. You can get a lot done, right? Hard to stop once you get going. Yeah, that bed's pretty much ready. Just got to pick the weeds out. Okay, so that's the Dutch hoe. It's a great tool. If you're only going to have one tool, I definitely, there's a strong argument to be made for having this one. This is all I used for years, and it's a good tool. I like it, but it's not great for big weeds. It just can't deal with them. Okay, so you're gonna, you know, it's not going to be the only thing you've got. Where the Dutch hoe loses usefulness is when you've got larger weeds like this. I mean, this isn't too large for a Dutch hoe, but anyway, with a shovel like this, you can get right underneath, right? Get underneath it, give it a bash, and now I've got this roots and all, right? So this little shovel is great for that sort of thing, especially for anything that's going to have roots that are going to, you know, cause future problems. Okay, so this little tiny shovel, I mean, you could use a big shovel for this as well, but the little shovel is just more nimble and quick, right? So I find this just great, right? Great for dealing with some of these, you know, larger weeds. I was speaking to using this rake earlier. You know, again, for a weed like this, you use that. Then you can just hook it and flick it up, flick it up and out of the way, right? So you can use this like a hoe, right? Then you can use the tines to loosen up the soil around the weeds, right? Not as much bending over, right? And you just pull that off to the side, you know, put it in your compost bin later, right? So It's not bad. I don't know. It's hard to say. It really would depend on the rake, how well it would stand up to that kind of abuse, and it really depends on how hard your soil is and that sort of stuff, right? But it depends on the brand. I just got this at a hardware store. Brand is Husky. I don't know if it's good or bad or what. So not recommending it. Just the one I've got. And you got the advantage of being able to smooth everything out, right? So I mean, it's just a rake, but because of this design, you can get this sort of like use it like a hoe or a pickaxe, right? But you still have a nice rake. So I like this a lot. Sort of mini pickaxe. It's great for getting under things like dandelion. Well, I broke that off, but I got almost all of it, right? So for anything big, this sort of thing is great. I got some big ones over here. Let me show you. So yeah, here we have an enormous dandelion, right? Overwhelming weed. Just work your way around it. You can pry up, right? You don't have to pull. You can just sink it in and pry. That saves your back, right? Let me give her a little bash. So yeah, these dandelion, we got almost all of it out. This one we got the whole thing out. This one here, you can see I broke it off there, so there's a little bit of dandelion left in there somewhere. But for this season, that's going to be fine, right? So I'll put these aside for the compost bin. Got a little tight hole here. We can use the back of it to get in there just like a toothpick. All right, we got another one, roots and all. All right, so they get the idea. This is a great tool. My God, you know, it's 7 a.m. and the black flies are already out. I gotta wrap this video up. So I think this is the only tool I haven't shown you. So this here thing, you sink it in and just come onto it a bit. Right? You give it a little bash to get some of the soil off. But it makes pretty short work of, that's a fairly tenacious weed, right? Let's do a dandelion, see how well it does with that. Sometimes you're sort of like raking up the soil. There we go. See how that got almost all the roots out? Didn't have to do a lot of work, right? This, you can also just rake away like that, revealing the roots in the soil. Yeah, that's a blackberry, I think. I don't want this. You know, I love blackberry as much as the next fella, but I don't want them here. All right. So anyway, this is a useful tool. You can get all the roots out. Now it's really good for finding all these roots and dealing with them. Right? And you also have the added advantage where it behaves like a rake. So you can use it to, just cultivate the surface of the soil and get in all these tight little corners. It's a little bit more agile than a rake. You can use it to prepare a gardening bed. And it's not a bad all-around tool. All right. So yeah, whatever that's called, great little tool. All right, black flies are getting bad. And I made a huge mistake of wearing a black t-shirt. If you know anything about black flies, they love the color black. They like my GoPro camera and they like my black t-shirt. I should not have worn that out here today. So I gotta get out of here. I didn't expect the flies to be out this early. It's like 7 in the morning. Usually they don't show up till like 8. But anyway, it's cold outside right now. Anyway, a selection of tools, lots of different options. Very difficult for me to recommend one over the others. Everyone has this place. You know, it's useful to have one tool that can very quickly deal with a lot of small weeds, and it's good to have one tool that can efficiently deal with the big weeds. So whether you go with the rake and the rake and the pickaxe, or you're going to need a garden rake anyway, so you kind of have to have a garden rake if you got a garden. So I mean, that's a good one to have. You're going to have to rake. The rake will do fine with the small weeds, and any one of those heavier things will do with the bigger ones. The pickaxe, that small shovel, or even that thing that looks like a claw. In terms of versatility, the pickaxe is extremely versatile. You can use it for a lot of things, getting rocks out, just dealing with stuff, right? It's a light tool, but it gives you a lot of power, right? And the small shovel, I really like that too. This is my first year using it. I never had one before in the garden, and I keep reaching for it every chance I get. Okay, I can't recommend any brands to you, but really that's not what my channel is all about anyway. But you know, just find one that looks good and buy it. I don't know if my sponsor Vessi Seed sells them or not. Maybe have a look around. Yeah, there's some options for you if you're considering buying a new tool, or if you're a new gardener and you don't know, how to gear up. You're gonna have to get a rake anyway, so I'd say get one like this because it's a bit more versatile than the traditional rake. And then get one of these two, and you know, the Dutch hoe is a great hoe. It is kind of useful. If you had to only have two things, I'd get that rake and a regular shovel and the small shovel, I guess. But I mean, I could do this all day and the flies drive me insane. So there's lots of different possible options. You've seen how they work. You can make up your own mind. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. Check out my podcast, maritimegardening.com. Check out my sponsors, Vessi Seeds and Sprout Box Garden. Details in the description box for coupon codes and deals. And otherwise, until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.